Hello, people on the trail again. How's it on the trail again? How's everyone doing? Hmm, How is everyone? So today, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what do we do when, oh, a butterfly. What do we do when we see something, I don't know how to explain this, some very bad or very alarming, I should say, energy from someone or something or someplace? In what way will you allow yourself, or sorry, in what way will you explain that feeling to yourself? Will you shut it down, suppress it, or will you say it out loud, or will you write it, right? In what way will you express that feeling? And sometimes just a feeling of um, a good feeling from someone too, right? A happy feeling from someone. In what way will you like allow yourself to feel that or express that? Because I learned, right, while I was on this emotional journey, that your body is always going to tell you when something doesn't feel right or when something does feel right. When you're so like aligned and connected, that you're always going to feel that feeling. And one of my biggest struggles, like, and we're going to talk about me today. I don't usually like to talk about me, but so I don't like to talk about me, but I honestly feel like this is something maybe somebody could relate to, you know? Or I know somebody will relate to this. There has been so many times in my life where I had that bad inkling or that bad tendency about somebody, or I had a good thing, a good feeling about something, and I just ignored it. Does that make sense? So every time I had that bad inkling of someone, I suppressed it. And I was like, let me just keep watching and let me see what's going on with this person, right? And so it always ended up badly. And it always ended up with me getting so badly hurt, right? And it's kind of like after the fact, I would look at myself, I'm like, you knew it from the beginning. You knew it from the beginning. Why didn't you listen to yourself? And then the self kind of doubt creeps in, and then you start feeling like you start feeling like, oh my God, what did I do to myself? I knew it from the beginning. I knew this, I knew that, all these things, right? And then you start losing trust in yourself. And then that's when your self-esteem starts to struggle, your self-confidence starts to struggle, all of those things start to struggle. And so it's really just a domino effect. And it could have all been solved by you just listening to that to that feeling, right? Like people call it discernment, or just like I like to think of it like the way God is warning you about something, or God is warning you about something. And this conversation isn't talked about too much because it kind of seems like, oh, like only God can say the future, or only God can whatever. But the thing is like God gives us that intuition, that feeling, right? That feeling that something isn't right. Hi Mo, or I'm sorry, Mai. How you doing? So yeah, so God gives us that feeling inside of us. And so many times we ignore it like we're being paranoid, or we ignore it like we're being so like, how should I say, so like judgmental, right? I've had that one where I'm like, don't judge people, you know what I mean? Don't judge people. People make mistakes. Don't judge people by their past. Don't judge people. Oh, good morning. Good. Don't judge people by anything. You know what I mean? And so, and so, so many times, but it's not judgment. It's not judgment to express something that you're feeling. Like if somebody moves funny, or makes a bad choice, or does something to you, or makes you, or does something very questionable, or says a snarky comment, right? That's going to kind of ignite something, a feeling in you, like this person is envious, or this person keeps talking about a mistake I made, or this person keeps, you know what I mean? And so many times we so many times we tend to question that feeling too much. We tend to over analyze that feeling like maybe it's us. But when you learn to trust yourself, right? And I learned this the hard way. When you learn to trust yourself and you trust that feeling that you have, oh God, something just scared me. And you learn to trust that feeling that you have, and you learn to trust your intuition, and you have your connection with God is so huge, like so monumental, like such a huge part of your life. You take it as okay. Like I personally feel the strongest when I listen to that intuition, right? When I listen to that part of me that's screaming about something or someone or some place or whatever the case is, whether it's good or bad, I learn to like just listen to it. And that's going to save you so much heartache and so much pain if you learn to just listen to your own self, and to trust your own process, and to trust your own intuition and your own capabilities, all of those things, right? And to trust that God is never going to put you in something that you can't handle. And so that's why it's like, that's why it's like so important to touch, to be, to touch, to be, to be aligned, completely just to be aligned, completely just straight line. That's my rant for today. That's the lesson of the day. Don't forget, I do have my course out about emotional regulation, and I'm still looking for people who want to be a part of this project, to get this project seen and heard and recognized, and kind of pushed to the side where it has to be, you know, it has to be a part of our daily routines to be able to emotionally regulate ourselves and be more mature in our mindsets and mature in our emotional capabilities all those beautiful things. And that's what emotional regulation really brings you, is to a point of emotional intelligence where you're able and capable of coming towards stress in a different way, in a different light, in a way where you can conquer stress and not be buried by stress. And so that's my whole mission. That's my mission in life, is for you to be able to conquer your stress and not be buried by your stress. And we all need that little push. We all need that answer within us. It doesn't come from outside of us, it comes from inside of us. And that's the whole. And we all need that little push. We all need that answer within us. It doesn't come from outside of us, it comes from inside of us. And that's the whole point of emotional regulation, is to be able to do that for you, and do that within you, and do that throughout your entire life, and feel completely, completely whole altogether. Excuse me, guys. I'm on my trail. So, what are you going to do today? What's the choice that you're going to make today? Are you going to be buried by your stress? What are you going to do today? What's the choice that you're going to make today? Are you going to be buried by your stress, or are you going to overcome your stress? It's a choice. It's a daily choice. What's making a difference and making life more beautiful for people who can learn and want to make that choice to not be buried by their stress and to overcome their stress. And so take the course if you need to. Yes, overcome everything. Everything within you can be overcome by you. You don't need anything external. I am the literal blueprint of this analogy. I would not feel so strongly about it if it didn't work for me, right? And everything I write about is things that I use every single day in my own life. So, once again, I am a certified life coach. I am taking one-on-one coaching appointments. If you are interested, please send me a DM and we can get you scheduled and get you through the process. So, what choice are you going to make today? Are you going to overcome stress, or are you going to be buried by it? All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.